Now there's plenty of different options as to where your ads are placed with Facebook. They can either go on Facebook in the newsfeed like this, or in the sidebar. They can go on Instagram, they can go in Messenger, also on partner websites, and the majority of the time you're better off leaving Facebook to do the heavy lifting and actually figure out where they work best before you start interfering and deciding where they go. Although there are a few good reasons to do this. For example, if you've got specific content which works better on Instagram because of the format and style of photography, you may want to adjust your placement to only show on Instagram. You can also split up ad sets between mobile and desktop to make it easier to scale their budgets, which we'll look at in future videos. So there's loads of different use cases, and I'm just going to walk you through exactly how to do that and a few different options you might not have considered. So if you scroll down when you get to ad set level, when you're building your ad, you can select edit placements, and this will show you all the different options as to where your ad can be shown. So on Facebook we've got feeds, we've got instant articles, and it gives you a little demo on the right as well, just to confirm exactly what that's going to look like. Then on Instagram you can show up in somebody's feed or within stories, and in the audience network as a banner, in-stream video or rewarded video. In Messenger as well, which is a relatively new option, we can create ads within their Messenger home or create sponsored messages where it will actually send them a message on our behalf. We can also decipher whether or not we want only Android or only iOS, and we also have the option to target people only when they're connected to Wi-Fi. So this can be a good indicator that they're at home or they're sat down relaxing rather than out and about, which could potentially indicate that they're in a better position to buy. So it has been known in the past to create better conversion rates by checking this when you're at the stage of creating bottom funnel conversion campaigns. Within this section we've also got the option to create block lists, to create a list of audience network websites and also Facebook pages and publishers that your content will not show up on, or even select categories that you'd like to exclude. So shifting back up to platforms, if we only wanted our ad to show up on Instagram, all we need to do is deselect all of the Facebook options, deselect the audience network, and deselect Messenger. And then we know that our ads are only ever going to show up on Instagram. The same if we didn't want our ads to show up on Instagram, if we only wanted them on Facebook, we just select the Facebook section, deselect Instagram, and then we can even narrow down specifically where we want to show them. So generally it's cheaper for impressions to run ads in the right hand column, but obviously they just don't get the same engagement because they're not within people's stream of consciousness. This can be a good option for retargeting people to keep your brand in their mind's eye because it's going to be constantly showing up in the right here, but don't expect to see any direct conversions coming out of this or necessarily any direct clicks either.